Uncertainty is the new certainty of our times. This whole feeling of uncertainty comes because change today is occurring on so many different fronts simultaneously. And therefore this whole sense of the world being rediscovered anew on a daily basis, I think is an overwhelming one for most of humankind. Some of the technology is one big force that is propelling this sense of uncertainty, but it combines with notions of political organization. We are seeing new aspirations emerge with economic sort of growth that is taking place in new parts of the world, in new sectors of the economy, and is creating interesting new patterns that are challenging established world orders, as well as social, because along with this new kind of a technological embrace in which the world finds itself in, we find that societies are responding in interesting new ways. So we are seeing, as a result of all this, new mindsets, new modes of thinking, new ways of perceiving and processing the world, which create this sense of constant change and uncertainty. Interestingly, it's not just the scale of change that is new; it's also the nature of change, and the fact that it speaks to the most fundamental ways in which we see the world. And because there are new mindsets, and because the idea of identity has become so much more fluid, the notion of where you come from, what can be the limit of your aspirations, in what terms do you cast your aspirations, all of these are undergoing a rapid transition. Most fundamentally, the notion that the world is a knowable place, and that human beings have somehow understood the way the world, in which the world operates, and there are broad labels in which we can neatly classify the world. That idea, that neat idea of understanding the world is itself giving way, and it's slipping away from grasp. And this is producing a new humility and a new willingness to ask questions and try and understand the world in new terms. The opportunities that this throws up are immense, because it particularly for an area like advertising, the boundaries of which are being pushed open like never before. What constitutes advertising, what forms it should take. The task of understanding a whole new set of people, a new set of mindsets, I think all of them are very exciting opportunities. Challenges equally are really, it's moving increasingly to developing an ecological perspective of the world, where you are able to see the world simultaneously as a product of all the interactions that constitute it, instead of being able to break it up into neat silos. The pace and the fluidity of change create huge challenges on understanding. The notion of a consumer as a single unit, as a single identity, the most basic building blocks of advertising, I think, are being challenged. The idea of a target audience in a world where information flows in so many different directions. What does that mean? What is the notion of a brand, and what must be the imperative of a brand going forward? The fact that there are so many new definitions that must be formed, I think is perhaps at the heart of the challenge that the world of advertising faces. It is going to be a very exciting time, and AdAsia promises to be a great forum to discuss this. See you at AdAsia 2011.